Alright, here we have number one is Get Rich Quick Porky. We're going to go to random.org. We're going to generate some numbers between 1 and 22 at random. These 1 through 22 will represent these major genres, and by selecting a double genre, we'll better be able to create a story as films are typically made these days with double genres. Let's generate 6 and 20. This will be applied to our first story, 6 and 20. 6 is erotica. Oh my god, I was hoping to avoid that one. And 20 is going to be speculative. So we got speculative erotica. Alright. Come back over here, short story craft, and underneath Get Rich Quick Porky will come down here, and our first, thank God, 1 minute will be speculative erotica. I've got to create a short for that. Yeah, right. Alright, it's back here to double genre, and on to our next story. Let's go ahead back to random.org. Let's generate 2 numbers, 11 and 11. That's not good. 11 and 3. Alright, so 11 and 3. So 11 is mystery. Alright. And 3 is comedy. Comedy mystery. Fantastic. Come back over here. Comedy mystery. That would work pretty good. And then for our music video 1.3, come back over here. That'll be this one here. Let's go generate some numbers. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. Let's see what that is. 4 is crime. For our music video, that'll be interesting. And that is action. Action crime. Oh, that could make for a very good video. That'll work. Action crime video. Action crime. Well, that'll be interesting. Interesting to see how that turns out. Oh. Wish us luck on writing something for these. Give me a few days. Alright, after pretty much taking the entire summer off, we'll get back to applying the cartoon template for Get Rich Quick Porky to our double genres and to generate 3 brand new stories. The essential key story elements to keep in mind is that a MacGuffin of some sort must have 3 possible values. It should be introduced in the middle value, then discovered or thought to be at its lowest value by the end of Act 2, Part 2. And then by the conclusion of Act 3, it will be rediscovered to be at its highest value. Now for the third story I'm going to do, I'm going to switch this system up. I'm going to introduce it at a middle value. Then by the conclusion of Act 2, Part 2, I'm going to have it discovered or thought to be at its lowest and its highest value. And then by the conclusion of Act 3, it will be rediscovered to be at its lowest value. Alright, let's get on with our 3 brand new stories. Alright, our first new story will be a fast story. It has to be less than or equal to 1 minute long. The double genre randomly generated was speculative erotica. I wasn't real clear about what either of those was, so apparently speculative fiction speculates about worlds that are unlike the real world in various important ways. It overlaps one or more of the following: science fiction, fantasy, horror, supernatural, superhero, and utopian. Right, so it's kind of like real world stuff, but it's not completely full-blown fantasy or science fiction. Erotic literature is about accounts of human sexual relationships which have the power to tend to arouse the reader sexually, or I guess viewer sexually in this case. So with that, I went back and created a story called Upgrade. It begins with a holographic sex android model on display turning on its access. The domestic home computer is called System C, or Sissy. We're assuming it's going to be female. in behavior and characteristics. The computer asks the homeowner John if he wants to purchase his product. John hopefully sort of go ahead. John reaffirms interest. Oh wait, but we might lose it here. But he expresses concern over jealousy between his domestic computer, Sissy, and the potential purchase or introduction of a sex android into the household. The home computer, Sissy, assures no conflict exists because she cares for John. He goes ahead and purchases it. Alright, the product is delivered, there's a quality control inspection, it's good, so the return is declined. John starts working on the product as it's intended, and its all limited response is noted. So it's already started to decrease in value. Then the android just fails, but the return has already been declined, so returning at this point, because he's messed it up, is becoming problematic. So he questions his computer Sissy if she or it can repair it with a connection. She goes ahead and does that. Android is now functional, and John goes to use this product and is quite satisfied. Oh no, Sissy disconnects and the android seizes. Alright, so she reconnects, functionality is restored, and John resumes using his product. Total loss story is done, Sissy disconnects, and the android not only seizes it, but it quits and an alarm goes off. So this is what the point of the story where it's at the MacGuffin, the android is at its lowest value. It started off in the middle value and is now at its lowest value. Moving on to Act 3, the second strength, Sissy again reconnects, analyzes the problem. She suggests a partial program deletion and replacement with her own programming. John agrees to this system. So Sissy deletes and replaces the program with some of her own programming, and now the android works fine, and Sissy has extended her interaction with John, who she cares for, via the android. So the android itself to Sissy has increased its value. Alright, let's move on to our next story. Our next application will be to a slow story lasting 5 to 7 minutes as its constraint. The randomly generated double genre was comedy mystery. The story I came up with is Head in the Box. Joe and Sam are walking along and find a box. It gets worse when they open it and see a head in it. Joe states, "We should find out who this belongs to." But the story might end because Sam states, "This is not a problem." Joe states, "What if this was your mama's head?" And Sam agrees, and the story moves on. They figure out where to go find the bodies. They find a body. Nope, that one head doesn't fit on the body. So they go to find another body. Nope, head doesn't fit on that body. So they go to find yet another body, where all these bodies are laying around. They find a body and the head fits on it, and they're all happy. Oh no, but something's not right. The head fits, but it's obviously the body is wrong. So they're directed to another body location and they find it, so it's okay now. They attach the head, the body is reanimated and found out to be that of a murderer. Oh no, total loss, story's done, it's the head of a murderer. So our MacGuffin is introduced at its middle value as just a head in a box. It has its lowest value because it's a murderer. They run from the murderer chases them, people are killed, Joe and Sam somehow capture the murderer, and they receive a great reward for capturing the murderer. So the head in the box started off at a neutral value, went to a lowest value, and then because they received a great reward, it turned out to be at a highest value. Alright, let's move on to the third story. Our third application of the template will be to a music video, typically lasting 3 to 6 minutes long. Our randomly generated double genre was action crime. The song I chose was Mr. Cocktail 1's One More Stand. I located this at artistserver.com. It is a public domain song, meaning that I'm pretty much free to do whatever I want in applying a music video to it. In the other stories, what I had done was taken introduced the MacGuffin at a neutral value, decreased its value by near the end of the story, but then concluding the story with the MacGuffin at its highest value. Whereas in this one, I will be introducing it at a middle value, increasing its value by the midpoint, and then decreasing it all the way to its lowest value at the conclusion of the story. And in this particular case, what I'll do is have two characters, as the MacGuffin. The first one being the thief. The story will begin with a thief removing jewelry from a mansion bedroom drawer. And it gets worse when he hears something in an adjacent room and finds two bad guys about to rape a girl. He considers rescuing the girl, but when he guns down several of the bad guys, others chase him, making the rescue problematic. But he manages to rescue the girl, gets her out of the house into his own car. The story moves on when bad guys are in high-speed pursuit and their guns are blazing. The girl increases her value as the second element to the MacGuffin, and when she pulls a gun from the driving thief, kisses him, and returns fire to the bad guys in pursuit. The thief crashes a car, and the two of them run away and tweak out on drugs. If you have to listen to the song itself to understand how this seemingly bizarre story will fit into these two elements at this particular time. The couple, they have crazy, passionate, drugged up sex, and now the two bad guy cars pull up to the hotel. They shoot the clerk and race up to the couple's room. They'll start degrading the couple's value as they start to stagger down the stairs, escaping the first bad guy car. She's too drugged up to be of much help now, and the guy is getting desperate from these guys chasing him. The bad guy's pursuing the second car. The thief evades but crashes the car, and the precedent has already been set up. He's done this before and he'll do it again. The thief runs across a field, leaving the screaming, crying girl behind. So her value has decreased. His value has also decreased because he just leaves her behind. The bad guys catch the girl in the field, and the thief looks over his shoulder just to see the bad guys blow her brains out as he slips away into the forest. So the MacGuffin was entered at is the couple. They are introduced at a neutral value. They are increasing their value because he rescues her and she's actually shooting at these bad guys, and they have drugs and they have sex, so this is supposedly is the highest value. But then things start to go sour and she gets all drugged up. She's no good. The thief, he just likes to crash cars, and it's just a pathetic solution. He leaves her behind. So at this point, they're both at their lowest value right now. Okay, the next application of a cartoon template for short story craft will be from I Wanna Be a Sailor. You need to go to random.org to generate our 1 through 22 random numbers to pick out our double genres, which we'll be using for generating 3 new stories using the template created by this cartoon. So over here we've got 22 possible outcomes. Our first number will be 15, second number will be 12. Go back over here, we got 15 and 12. Go back to random.org, generate 2 more numbers, 20 and 18. 20 and 18. Go back over here, let's generate 2 more numbers, last 2 number 18 again. Let's move on from 18. Let's do 22 and 18. Good God, what's up with 18? 22 and 1. Alright, back over here. 22 and 1. Now let's go back over here to see what these things are. 15. Our first story will be Rome. Let's make this equal to that. And our second will be 12. We'll make this equal to be Paranoid. Paranoid romance! Always fun. See, 20. That's going to be equal to speculative again. And 18. 18 is going to be science fiction. Speculative science fiction. Seems a bit redundant, but we'll just go with it. Deal with it, folks. Alright, and that was 22 urban. I'm going to have to do some homework to see what that's about. And number 1 is going to be action. Urban action. Sounds like fun. Alright, give me some time and I'll think of 3 more stories to figure out these to apply to the template created by I Wanna Be a Sailor. If you find this series useful, please subscribe. And at least you can do is like it if you liked it. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.